Yeah.
And Antoinette Titus. This week's guest, Jay Holland, a Dallas legend.
Yeah.
You dig, you dig.
For real,
The
man.
Spirit Hour. Make sure y'all tune in. October 5th, October 6th. Jay Holland, a Dallas legend. Come on.
Yeah. And that's facts.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That is facts for sure, man.
Right.
All
Hi.
right.
Hi,
What's up?
Already.
Shay.
What's up? What's up? Welcome to the In the Spirit Hour. I am Carl William
And I
alone.
am Antoinette Titus.
Yeah. And today,
Uh,
man, we got a very, very special guest, man. This been my friend, man, for a long time. We go way back. You was Sheist House, we was POB. And man, we go way back, man. I knew the brother, man, before, you know, he got his life together, to where it's at now, man. And I commend this brother, man, for who he have became, man. So without further ado, man, I'm gonna let the brother introduce himself, man. Introduce yourself to this world.
hey, man, this is Jay Holland, man. I want to let everybody know I'm blessed by the best, and I ain't gonna worry about the rest.
For real. So Jay, man, we gonna get right down to it, man. Man, tell everybody how long you been in this music business, man.
Man, for over 27 years.
Over 27 years. And I
Wow.
heard, I overheard you, man, on the podcast the other day, man. You was talking about, how you was tied into that deal with Big Tut and them.
Oh, yeah, man, I just did my part. You know what I'm saying? It's like Lopez was the mastermind behind it. I was just, at that time, I was just a doughboy, just trying to throw
Right,
some money around, trying to make a profit. You know what I'm saying?
right, right. I remember George Lopez. He had the record shop up there, and one of them
Yeah, and
uh
the little booth at
in,
T
in
Town
the
Music.
right, Tea Time Music. We
Yeah.
had our I had the opportunity to meet that brother, man, and to be a part of you growing. I'm gonna ask you a serious question right here, Jay. Man, what's the problem with the music business in Dallas?
Uh, my honest opinion, man, a lot of people just kind of want to look rich. They don't really want to be rich. You know, a lot of people kind of going more for the look now than actually doing the business. You know,
Right,
and no unity, man. It's like a dog eat dog world, man. It's like people rather be ops than to collaborate. You know.
right. Yeah, it wasn't like it was when we was back, Shice House, the grifters, and
Oh man, we
Bowie.
all kicked it, man. Everybody, we was in unity, man. We wasn't in odds. We might competed on the stage, but we didn't compete with each other as far as where we set in the industry.
Nah, we didn't do that. So, do you think, Big J, as a CEO, man? I know your record label been around for a long time, man. So, man, as a CEO of a record label, man, what are you looking for in an artist these days?
To be honest with you, I ain't even looking for artists no more, man. They almost pretty much got to find me. But
Right.
when I actually look though, brother, I look for
Uh-huh.
something different. I look for somebody who's different. As soon as I heard somebody talking about killing and shooting, I instantly my ears turn off.
No.
But I had to say, bro, I had to tell one youngster, I said, I listened to every song he had. It was about he had all the money, all the women, and he shot everybody. I said, man, you done got all the women, you made all the money on earth. You done shot everybody on earth. I said, what you gonna rap about after that? I said, what's left?
Wow. That's
So Jay,
crazy.
do you think that's what's killing the longevity in the music industry as far as hip hop?
Oh, of course, man. It's all the see like they beefing so hard. I really want to recommend them to go vegetarian, man, because they beefing too hard.
That's a good one.
That's a good
Yeah.
one, Jay.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah, man. So I feel you on that, Jay, because we was discussing that earlier, man, and we was trying to figure out, man, why is it so difficult for Dallas artists to hold on to these deals, man? And we came to the same conclusion that it's jealousy, man.
Oh
With
yeah,
the
yeah.
with the big
Envy, jealousy,
Yeah,
all of
yeah.
it.
All the stuff that like when you really I just told somebody the other day, I said, say, man, it's like all of God's 10 commandments, man, are being broken to the fullest right now on this earth. And I said one of the rules that he put out there, I said if I had one wish, if God granted me one wish to change humanity, like it would be for humanity, I would wish that everybody lived by the golden rule.
Mm,
right,
And I
that's a good
guarantee
one.
you everything would stop with the snap of a finger. Because now we ain't gonna be beefing because we want to be treated the same way.
right,
Exactly. Right.
It may be 1% that may like I want to be treated bad. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I believe
right.
everybody will want to be treated well.
Right.
Wow, man. I'm gonna ask you a big time question right here, Jay, because I want to know this as well, man. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people that's gonna be listening at this want to know. Jay, what you think happened, man, that um to make us as a community, I'm just not gonna say as a race, but as a community, what make you what you think happened to make us start hating each other like we do, man?
You know what, man? I'm gonna be honest with you. It's the program. It's a program that's going around. It's like I remember I used to always feel like money was the root of all evil. I think it's the lack of some people's thought process and the lack of having money that's the root of all evil because the people who
Mm,
don't have it start to hate. And then
mm,
you know what I'm saying? So they hating because they can't figure out and they too proud for their ego is not their best amigo. So they let their ego stop them from asking a person, hey man, how did you get there? Instead of doing that, they want to be like, I hate him.
Mm.
mm.
He's stunned. He's showboating. And then they automatically just hate a person that they don't even know when they could just take time to ask a person, "Hey, man, how did you get there?" But
Wow.
the ego and their pride won't let them do it.
Wow.
Mm.
I have a
Wow.
question. As a music exec, as you, what would you tell a younger generation right now going into the music industry, on how to handle the rejections and the negativity? What would you tell them?
I always tell
That's
them,
in
man,
any type of genre, from R&B, hip hop to gospel, because it's all really the same,
yeah.
you
I
know.
tell them you got to have tough skin, man. You got to have alligator skin in this. And I tell artists before I even critique their music, when they let me hear their music, the first thing I say after I listen, I say, can you take constructive criticism? Because if you can't, I would keep my opinion to myself. And
Right,
then
right.
and then they'll say, yeah. But then I'm gonna tell you something about a lot of people. Most people are so into their music, be it good or be it trash. They are so into their music. Telling somebody that their music is not what's up is equivalent to telling one of the youngsters that your child is ugly. Like you got an ugly baby.
That's a good one. You tell them the truth. I
Oh,
do
and they're
understand
gonna be
that, and I do
offended.
know. Right.
They're gonna be offended.
Mhm.
Oh,
If
that's a
you if
good
you
one.
had a great candidate for what you're looking for as like a musician or artist, and they have the right attitude, but they needed a little development, do you have a development program that have available for them?
Oh yeah, I do have a development program. It's called Trusting God. You gotta put God first. Cause what I do, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I run a
Amen.
test. I run a test on every artist that I deal with. And what I do, I say, hey, I want you to come to church.
Mm,
And if they don't come to church, I take my hands off of them. Because
Mm.
you're
wow.
not even on the foundation that I'm on. So, because I tell people all the time, when I look at my brother, if I see the God in him and he see the God in me, then I
Hmm.
know we're gonna be good. Because God is not gonna war with God.
Right.
God
Mm.
is gonna only war with the enemy. So
Mm.
I got another saying that me and my brothers always say. We say, when I look at my brother, my sister, I should be able to say, hey, that's my brother, my sister. They should look at me and say, that's my brother, my sister. And he
Right.
should say, I want for my brothers and sisters as I want for myself. And if my brothers and sisters don't want for me like I want for them, then we can't call ourselves brothers and sisters.
That's
Wow.
good. That's good. That
That's
is so
good.
good. I just
Good.
know working in this industry, dealing with a lot of platforms. I'm working with gospel. I work with a lot of gospel. I work with a lot of jazz, and it's just people. Like you're working with differing people, um, and their attitudes, and that's a big thing with me. Working with people is the attitudes
Oh yeah.
because they can have everything, but the attitude and the disrespect is really what I can't deal with. How do you, as a record exec, deal with people with those attitudes, or you just don't?
Okay, hey y'all, are y'all familiar with a term called a prima donna?
Yes, of
See,
Yeah.
my
course.
my coach called me that one time in school, and I was offended. I thought he was calling me a girl,
Right,
but I did. I thought he was saying I was like Madonna the singer. That's what I
right,
thought he was
right,
trying to say, and I was offended. But now he basically mean, like some people think they already Hollywood before they make it to Hollywood. You moving like you went platinum, but you ain't even went plastic in the hood. You know what I mean? So, so yeah, we got but the way I deal with that though, I do what I call an ego check, and I'll be like, hey, I kind of feel them out. Then if they not if I'm like, oh no, I ain't gonna be able to work with this person, man. They attitude too bad. I walk. I don't care how talented they are. If their
Right.
attitude don't, if it ain't matching up to something I can work with, I drop him, man. I say I drop him like a hot potato. I say, hey, you might want to go find somewhere else. Right plan, wrong man.
right,
So how do you draw the line, Jay, between like if one of those artists that need that critiquing is they your friend. So how do you draw the line between friendship and business relationship?
It ain't no friendship in business. You know what I'm saying? You gotta tell people. You gotta be like, hey, I got a friend hat that I wear off the clock. Y'all remember? I think
right.
well, I think I'm older than y'all, but it was a cartoon used to come on. It was an old hound dog, and it was a wolf, and
Hmm.
uh, and they going at each other's neck the whole time. They blowing each other up, fighting, pow pow, everything. Then on lunch break, they take a break. They sit down. He show pictures of the wife and kids, and they eat lunch together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And then when they clock back in, they right back at each other's throat.
yeah,
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So it got to be like that when it comes to business and friendship.
Right. That's
Y'all remember?
good.
Y'all remember Lean on Me too, don't you?
right.
Yes,
Do y'all remember that part when Benson? I can't remember what his name was, and I remember him play. He played Benson.
Uncle
Uh,
Joe.
yeah,
In
not
the
no,
in
not
the
not not Morgan Freeman, the other one, the one who played Benson in the TV show.
Okay,
He was the
okay.
superintendent, but they was
Yes,
Yeah,
best.
yeah.
They was good friends. So they going back and forth, blah 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 blah. Then he said, "I'm the head, I'm the head ninja in charge." Whoa whoa whoa. Then they
right.
stopped. He said, "You know what?" He said, "What you want for lunch?" And they
Hmm.
went on and they got back to it.
Right,
You get what I'm saying? So
right,
that's how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be able to separate. If you're gonna have a friendship in business, you got to know when you got on your CEO hat, your business hat. Hey, it's business, never
right,
personal. Nino Brown gave us one of the best quotes he could ever gave us when he said, "Hey, this is business, not personal."
right. And you don't care about them getting offended about that.
Nah, if they do, then they. I don't need to do business with them no way. Because when it comes to business, I'm a whole different person. And when it comes to friendship, I'm a different person.
Right. So let me ask you a question, Jay. Are there any discounts in business? Like, oh, and what I mean by that, say I know you got big artists. So say your artist normality fee is $1,000. And say your uncle want one of your artists at his event. Is there any discount in that? Because I've seen some artists that got offended by that. So that's why I'm asking that question to help them out. Is there any discounting just because it's your family? Does the artist take a short on that? What's the deal on that? How does that work?
You know what? To each their own. You know, because each individual they have a right to feel how they feel, and they got a right to do business as they choose to do business. And if you think about it, God gave each one of us a different fingerprint, so none of us are really the same.
Right.
We may have the same interests at heart. We may find people who we have a lot of things in common, but all in all, everybody is different. Just
Right.
because you cool with it, don't mean I'm cool with it. And
Right.
Right.
sometimes you have to learn how to agree to disagree. And like I said, for that, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. What I do now, I go by what God put on my heart. If God say, "Hey, show him some love," I do it. If
Right.
God don't tell me, then we finna have to do some business. You know,
Right.
understand we friends. I may cut a little slack, you know, because people gonna cut a little slack with people. But also a friend who wants to see you win as well, they should understand the fundamentals of business. That hey,
Yeah.
if I keep shorting this dude on everything that he need to pursue their career, I'm hurting him. So if a friend is really a friend, they shouldn't want to hurt your pockets either. You gonna pay Rick Ross? Rick Ross gonna want
Hello?
60. He gonna want 60 bands to
You
come
Yeah.
do that
telling the
show.
truth. You telling
Man,
the truth.
I was on the phone with one of my partners, man, and he called his partner who was real cool with Mary J. Blige. I'll never
Mm-hmm.
forget this. And he had another guy want to book Mary J. So he was like, hey, da 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 da. He's like, all right. So he called his partner. His partner like, oh, y'all can book her. You know what I'm saying? But da da da, he trying to get the friend hook up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Mary J went with it. She
Right.
wanted her money. She's and
Right.
I did not know until that moment that Mary J. Blige charged 900 some $1,000 to do a concert.
Wow.
What?
Yeah. I did not know that. Not putting no business out there, you know.
But it
Yeah.
is what it is. Right.
Yeah. So I mean, and it wasn't no kind of homeboy deal could be done because he was on the phone. I'm listening. She wasn't cutting no slack. She wanted what she wanted. And he said, well, how much to just do a walkthrough? She said 100,000 for 15 minutes.
Woo.
Wow. But you have to look at the magnitude of Mary J's show. You know, Mary J bringing bands and dancers and lights and she
Exactly.
bring yeah she bringing the whole nine. You know, so yeah I could kind of see probably out of a $900,000 show. I'm pretty sure you know yourself, Jay. Mary J may see 150,000 of that.
After she paid everybody out.
Uh
Right.
huh. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It is, man. So you know the music industry, Jay. That's the reason why we touching bases on it, man. Because you know, I like I tell everybody, you've been in it a long time, man. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
know yourself that you done seen a lot, man. Because you're still relevant in it, man. So that
Oh,
let me
yeah.
know that you know what you're doing.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
I got an ear for it, bro. It's like God blessed me with an ear for music, man. Cause I remember like y'all familiar with the group Maroon 5?
Of
right?
course.
Yeah, so they put out a song called Sugar. That was right before I went in the hospital, before I went into that coma. And I heard
Mm,
that song. It probably had 7,000 views when I heard it. I heard and I said, that's a hit. By the time I got out the hospital, that song was at like a billion views.
Wow.
That's at about 4 billion views. So I
Wow.
know I got an ear for music. You know, I
That's
don't care what it
amazing.
is. I can just hear something. I'll be like, oh, that's a hit. You know, I can just tell. Even when other people might be like, I ain't feeling that. I say, hey, man, that's a hit. This other guy, man, it's a rapper named BFB Pac Man. A lot of
mm,
people sleep on this dude, but when I heard him, he's so different. He speak
right,
about stuff that he even threw a little slug in there about Trump and one of his little I was like, whoa. So this dude, he
right,
kind of he controversial, but he telling his truth.
hmm
right.
Then he
I
said
was,
something about huh?
uh-huh. No, hey, go ahead, Jay.
Oh, okay. Like he said something about Cash Doll in one of his raps. And
Uh-huh.
Cash Doll, she shot back at him. She said, look here, you fat busted can of biscuits built, da 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 da, I was like, whoa. Then Juvenile, I think Juvenile, one of them shot back at him too, because he said somebody was crying like some, well, I guess whatever, when Cash Money broke up, I cried
Yeah,
like Juvie did or something. He said, and Juvie, one of them cats came back, clapped at him and like, hey, dude, woo, keep my name out your mouth. But
right.
Wow.
but the dude worth $12 million right now. And half the
Wow.
people don't even know who he is. He got more than some of these name brand rappers that's out here right now.
That's
For real.
amazing.
And the
That's
dude is a
amazing.
male. He's a mailman. That's his job. He still has not quit his job as a mailman.
I wouldn't.
What?
That's
So Jay,
amazing.
are you associated in any kind of way with this new guy named Rail or T Rail or something like that?
T-Rail. T-Rail ain't actually new. T-Rail is actually he been around for a minute. He's almost to the youngsters. He like a OG.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I know him, but I don't know him. You know, I haven't done any business with him. I know some people who have done business with him. You know, but it is
Yeah.
what it is.
I was at the barber shop last week, and it was some guys out there talking about you, and I was like, yeah, yeah, I know Big J, man. They was like, what? Oh man, Big J. Well, they well, I just sit back and smile, man, because I know, man, I know your grind for real, man. And I just sit back and smile. They was talking about this big time artist that you was having some type of you was having an album release party or some type of party an event somewhere that they was telling me that they was excited about going to and stuff. I said, yeah, I'm saved now, man. I I used to be up in there right there with it, man. Me and him used to be together, man. But I chose to go another way. I was so hurt behind that POB situation, cause when you tell those stories about Universal, they passed us over, man. They came to us first, and they, the POB family kind of like, farm at the ball, man, farm at the
Cause
ball, and
y'all was it, man. Y'all was the top
yeah,
dog.
yeah,
I'm gonna tell
and
you
they
something
went,
now. I'm not ashamed to admit it, man. Y'all really during that era, wasn't nobody messing with y'all, man.
yeah,
Y'all didn't
man.
even come. Y'all didn't even bring a crowd. The crowd transformed to y'all crowd.
It
Wow, that's
did.
amazing.
It did, man. We was on another level, Antoinette, and
Right.
we went to Humperdinck's to sign the deal with Universal, because they was gonna get us and DSR. So
Yeah,
they came to us to give us the deal, and man, they didn't know. Remember, Jay, we was with Framehouse Record, the
I
preacher,
remember.
and then
Yeah,
we was with the brother, one of the brothers of the group. I ain't got to say their name, but
yeah,
one of
yeah,
the
yeah. I
brothers
already
of the
know.
group, he wanted to be over the group as well. So they was beefing about which one of them gonna get the check. Who
Yeah,
and we was all for the pastor, Antoinette. We were like, hey man, we trust the preacher, man, and
Wow.
it was a split vote, man, because two of us was with the brother and two of us was with the preacher. So it was kind of like
Oh,
3-3 and kind of like a stalemate in the
yeah. I'm about to
universe.
say, yeah, that's a stalemate.
Yeah.
yeah. You
And
know
so
what, OG? It seems like Carl. That all that stuff is still going on the same way.
yeah, it is. It's
It's like
going on.
history is repeating itself.
You know
Right.
what? I had a group too. I ain't gonna throw their names out there, but Atlantic wanted to sign them. And
Mm,
what
Yeah.
ended up happening, same thing with three in the group.
Right.
So, but all three of them, it was two of them was ex Crips and one Blood. So when
Mhm.
in Atlantic, when they say, "Hey, woo woo woo, we're gonna get them a couple of million," you say, but I say, okay. Then I hollered at them. I say, "Hey, Atlantic want to sign y'all." They say, "We don't
Mhm.
want to sign as a group. We want to sign as individuals." I said, "Why is that?" They said, "I don't mess with that chump no more." Da 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 da. They were going back and
Ah,
forth. They
man.
couldn't see.
you
I
couldn't
said,
make it.
"Hey," I said, "Whatever beef y'all got, this is a good time to squash it and get this money and go y'all separate ways after y'all do y'all contractual things y'all need to do with Atlantic." They
Mhm.
said, "OG, I don't care about none of that. If they don't sign me as an individual, I'm not signing." So all of them decided they weren't gonna sign. So Atlantic said, if they don't sign as a group, they get nothing. So they chose nothing.
Wow.
One of
Man.
those dudes, I seen him working at McDonald's. One of them, I seen him digging ditches for a plumber. And the other one, he was, lifting furniture.
Wow.
Same thing. History repeating itself. Wow, that's crazy.
It's like, wow, man. The only
I
thing I
have a
can tell
question
him,
about the testimony period.
yes,
Ah,
ma'am. Yes,
so,
ma'am.
what's a great testimony that you can share with us, Jay Holland, on your life
Hospital,
journey?
that hospital testimony, most
Uh
definitely.
oh.
If
What
you
was
Yeah.
got one
that?
tougher than
What was
that, I
that
want to
one?
hear it.
Well, I'll give y'all the short version because I'm talking about when I say I went through, it's like all I can remember is going in the hospital. My lady friend at the time, she was just like, "Hey, boy, you don't look well." She was a nurse or Nay one. She was like, "Boy, you don't look well." She said, "You need to go to the hospital." I said, "I go in the morning." She said, "No, your lips turning purple. You going now?" So
Hmm.
she forced me to the. I leaned all up against the hospital wall, walking up in there. They took my
Mhm. Uh-oh.
Ooh, it's getting good too, man. Here he come back. Hey, sound lady. We got the
Okay, can y'all hear
All
me
right.
now?
Wait,
Yes,
Jay,
sir.
I had to put some drums on because you went out for a minute. Here we go.
Okay, yeah, somebody was calling in on my phone. I don't know how to stop them.
Okay.
There we
Okay,
go. He's back.
all right. Yeah, so my blood pressure was 200 on both ends.
My God.
So by this time they looking at me crazy. They took the blood pressure cup, they threw it in the trash. Got another one, brand new out the box. Pumped it up. They still say, "Whoa, this ain't right." By this time I'm trying to figure out, hey, what's going on? They said, "You just stay calm, sir." They brought the machine in, the little roll machine.
Right.
Same thing. They still not telling me what my blood pressure was. So then they brought a bigger machine in there where I stuck my entire arm inside this machine. Then after that, they huddled up. They was looking at me and they started, I'm like, "Hey, what's going on?" They say, "Sir, we don't even know how you're alive right now."
What?
And the doctor said, "The last time I took somebody's blood pressure was like this." They said that person was blood was shooting out their nose, ears, like it was just blood shooting everywhere. And they died. They said, "Sir, we don't know what to tell you." By this time, as soon as they told me, I panicked. Because now I'm thinking like, "Oh man, I'm messed up." So I blank out, fell face first on the ground. When I woke up
Whoa.
again, they said, "You've been in a coma for right at 3 months." No, it was 3 months because see, my auntie, see, it was 21 days I was in a regular coma. When I came to and I was fighting and trying to pull IVs and stuff up, so they induced me into another coma.
Right.
And then,
Wow.
so that's how it ended up being a 3 month stint. It's
Wow.
pretty much like 1 month of being actually in a coma, and the other 2 months was like them keeping me in a coma so that I could heal and they could drain. They drained like 8 gallons of fluid off my body.
Wow.
Oh.
I was at 510 pounds, and the majority of it was fluid.
Jesus.
I was
That's a
walking
Wow.
around like the
testimony.
same. I
That's a
walk around,
testimony.
walk around like the Michelin man, and I did not know what was going on with me. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Wow, Jay.
And at the time of my going into the hospital, I was wearing an 8X t-shirt. I had a special order my t-shirt, and I was wearing a size 58 to 62 in pants.
Wow.
And now I wear a 40 and a 42, and I'm in a 3X t-shirt.
Wow. That's remarkable.
Yeah, and I'm down to 298 now.
Well,
Damn,
that's
well, that's a
helpful,
blessing,
man.
man. Now that's a testimony, and you're living to tell your story. And I really love that because people need to know that we walk with God in everything that we do.
Man, you better, man. I'm gonna tell you something. I had to pray my way out that coma. I'm gonna tell you something because when they told, I could tell you if it was my mama was praying for me, everybody was praying for me on the outside. I prayed in the inside of my comatic state, and that's
Yes.
the only thing that pulled me back. Because when I say I was gone, I was gone. I was living a whole nother life wherever I was
Mhm.
at. I was living a whole like how you get up, brush your teeth. I could feel myself doing all this stuff. Only thing it showed me is that that we never actually die. The soul is just relocated.
Amen. Yes,
And I ain't
Lord.
Wow.
gonna. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. I knew I wasn't in heaven.
Right.
I believe I was in some sort of purgatory, like really next door to hell, because I met Satan, and he was nothing like what I thought he would be. I thought he was gonna be red skin,
Right.
horns, with a
The,
pitchfork.
the commercial.
Yeah. And that's not him. The dude, the Satan that whatever they want to Satan, Luce, whatever you want to call him, because He was a pretty boy, looked like a supermodel, was in good shape. Uh, I mean, you can look even at from a man perspective. You can look at him and tell, like, hey, this probably like a dude the women gonna probably dig, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
And I learned
Oh,
more. I learned more from Lucifer in my comedic state than I ever learned reading the Bible.
Jesus.
Wow.
He
Now
showed me
this is a
so
story.
much stuff, and at the end result, he wanted me to throw a big concert for him that was gonna win a lot of souls. By this time, I didn't know it was Satan at first. I realized I'm like, whoa, this dude is Satan. And I'm gonna share an
Wow.
extra part of the story. Like I said, it's a long story. But in my comedic state, he had a black Bentley, and he was, he was suave dude, suit made out of diamonds, shoes made out. He was like real flossy.
Right.
Wow.
And and I'm gonna tell you, it was a trip. And I'm kind of skip. When I got home, when I came out the coma, and I was back moving around finally, I met a guy. So, he asked one of my cousins. He said, "I want you to introduce me to this guy." And he was like, "Well, that's my cousin." They gave him two cars. They gave him we got two European cars to get me up there to meet him.
Mm-hmm.
So I go up there to meet the dude, and I got another picture I'm gonna show y'all one day face to face. I would be scared to send it to somebody because I'm pretty sure they'll track it. And so I go to this place. Now picture going to like a doctor's office or something like that, and it looks like one way, but then you know how you had them hidden rooms. You pull a book back, like on TV, pull a book back,
Right.
Yeah.
wall removes, and it's a tunnel. You go through this little narrow corridor, and it was set up like a church. But
Mm-hmm.
he said he didn't believe in God. So I'm saying in my mind, well, what kind of spot is this? And they had chairs so big. I'm trying to figure out who's sitting in these chairs because you would have to get boosted up into this chair to get up in this chair. You're not
Right.
going
Yeah.
to just sit. So now I'm in my mind. I'm like, who's sitting in this chair? This is a pretty big chair. He said you can't take your phone in there. So I left the phone, but I keep two phones. So I left one in
Okay.
there. He left me in there by myself. He said, man, he said, I want you to feel the ambiance. And woo woo. He said, what do you believe in, Jess? I believe in God. He said, I believe in that box that's hanging from the roof. He had a big old gold box hanging from the roof, which later on I figured out was pretty much like it was shaped like the Ark of the Covenant.
Right.
And he said that box is worth more than T.D. Jakes' mega church.
Mm. Worshiping. Some
So I'm
people
looking
will
at, I'm
worship.
saying,
Idol worshiping.
I said, this cat worshiping a gold box. So I'm just like, all right. So I wait till he left. He said, just sit here and see if you can feel the ambiance. I took a picture of that joker real quick, and I made sure I pointed my finger, so someone won't think I just got a picture from somewhere.
Right.
And then I kept it. I sat there. He said, "Do you feel the ambiance?" I said, "No, I feel like it's time for me to leave, though."
Mm-hmm.
So,
Right.
so I walk up out of there, and then he started kind of pretending to talk God talk with me to lure me in, but I could tell his prayer like he want. I said, "Hey man, I want to pray real quick before I make any decision." So as we praying, I could tell, almost like I don't know if y'all ever pray for somebody, and at the end they come, like, all right, let's wrap it up, but
Yeah.
not actually saying that, but like, okay, okay, all right, now what we gonna do? You know, not no thank you for the prayers, my brother.
Right. He
Just
was just throwing you off. Right.
yeah, yeah. He just trying to pretend to be with the prayers just to
Ah.
get it over with. So after that, then I had to battle with the ninja in me. The ninja in me and the God in me was battling because I'm like, "Shh, this nigga threw me the keys to a Bentley." I said, where the titles at? He said, they in the car. Gave me some money. And then I was like, okay. Then I'm thinking in my mind, God, is this a blessing or is this a curse?
Mm.
So the ninja in me said, well, as I'm trying to figure it out, I'm gonna roll off in this car.
Mm, mm,
Kept the
mm.
car for about a month, thought about it, prayed. My soul didn't set right. So
Wow.
as he was calling, sweating me about it, he was like, "Man, I'm gonna build you a $300,000 studio. I'm gonna do this." He said, "I'm gonna turn this place over to you." And I could tell he was so adamant about giving me this building and relinquishing. He said, "I promise you, you'll be worth 5 or 6 million in about a year or two, but you gotta go on and get down now." Da 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 da. I was thinking
Mm-hmm.
about everything, and I'm like, whatever he was in, he was trying to get out. and I believe he had to make a transfer. He had to,
Right.
basically, I guess, sacrifice somebody else to go in his place so he can
uh,
get free. I'm just, this is my assumption because I
Right.
never confirmed it, but that's what I felt in my spirit. So
right.
after that,
Whew.
I drove that car back, parked it, threw that, I almost said I threw him the keys, and I handed him his money back. I say, my soul ain't for sale, homie. I said, you can take all that stuff and stick it where the sun don't shine. Then he looked at me. He shook his head like it was. I seen a look in his eyes of respect. He was like, "I
Mhm.
respect it." He said, "But if you ever want to get to some real money, you give me a call." Then he walked off.
Wow.
And so ironic.
Wow.
I ended up going to his funeral. I got word he passed. He was an older guy, but he looked, man. I'm talking. He had to be about 70 something. He looked like he was about 30. Good shape.
Wow.
And so when you look at him at first, you be like, man, what are you about 38, 39? But the dude was in his 70s. Great shape.
Wow.
Jesus.
Then all I could remember, I thought about when I had that traumatic dream, Black
Hmm.
Bentley, Black Bentley.
Lord, God had his hand on you. You hear me?
Yeah,
Oh my goodness. What a
Wow.
testimony.
Well, that's scary, man.
it
That
is.
is
Oh,
It
quite
is.
scary. Man, and people don't understand it's real.
It really is, man. I'm gonna tell you something to those non-believers. I'm a
It's
believer
real.
because I prayed my way out of it. Like I said, when I prayed my way out, God heard the prayers of a worthless sinner at the time, and He restored me. That's when I truly can say I would never doubt God again because when brought me back. I'm sure how gone I was. I peeled off my entire layer of skin that I had on me because my body had started to decompose.
Ah, God.
So I was like a snake. I peeled all my skin off. And I was complaining to the doctors. I said, sir, because I had a trait.
Yeah. Okay, I see that. We see
Yeah.
that.
wow.
So it's like,
Wow.
so I'm talking through the thing. I'm like, doctor, I said, what about my skin? What's going on? He said, sir, from what you just came back from, your skin should be the least of your worries.
Jesus. Man, Jay Holland, we thank you. This has been an amazing interview. I've never had an interview this intense.
Me either,
And
man. So we got to
we
ask you this question right here, Jay, and this is the question that we ask everybody. Antoinette, you want to ask him?
no, you go ahead.
Y'all,
Oh,
I don't eat
okay.
pig feet no more. If that's what y'all finna ask me, I don't eat it no.
Nah,
No,
we
I'm messing with
just
y'all. I'm
ask you,
messing with.
man. We just
I'm
gonna
messing with
ask you
y'all.
what does it mean for you to live in the spirit?
It means everything to me, man. It's an awakening, man. It's a different walk. It's been the hardest walk I ever walked because it's lonely. I've lost
Mm,
everything that I love. The people I thought was my friends is really we don't have nothing in common no more. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't joke. I joke with with people who have like-minded spirits.
yes,
But it's like when I be around them demons, I have to look them in their eyes, 'cause I let them know I possess no spirit of fear in me, because I know one thing about it, I serve a God that He can do anything but fail. So I look
Amen.
everything dead in their eyes with no fear, and I tell them, "Hey, man, I'm not with it."
Jesus.
And my no is my no, and my yes is my yes, and I stand by that. And it's lonely, it get lonely because don't nobody want to be around the preacher man.
Right.
But
Yep.
and like you said, but I heard you said earlier, brother, about the industry, how you don't go. You know why I still go to the clubs?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you think about it, Jesus, he only went to a church one time, according to my recollection from reading the Bible, and he went
Amen.
another rec. He went another rec shop.
Yeah.
The church was on the
Yeah.
move. He was on the move, going to go talk to the people who messed up. You know
Yeah.
what
Right.
I'm saying? So I'm gonna tell
That's
you
right.
something, and I hope this don't sound contradictory, but I mean one of my
Uh-uh.
I don't do strip clubs no more. But my partner,
Right.
we have to go and promote because that's one of the main. So I'm sitting in there, and the girl walks up and she's like, "Hey, you want to dance?" I said, "No, I want a conversation." She said, "Okay." So I hand her $a few. I say, "Sit down. I want to just talk to you for a second." She said, "What you want to talk about?" I said, "You believe in God?" Then she said, "Oh my goodness, you gonna talk about this in here?" I said, "Yeah, we gonna talk about it right here." And by the time we got through with the conversation, that girl changed her life, man. She came to my church. You know what I'm saying? And the spirit
Wow.
Uh,
hit her. She cried, and
I
she was like,
agree.
"I'm not doing." She said, "I'm not doing that no more." And it's like I changed that girl's life with just giving her my testimony,
Just like
Wow.
that.
just
Just
like
like
that. So I
that.
tell
God
people,
bless
man,
you.
you can't pick and choose where you do your work. We just got to keep our hands
So
to the plow. You know what I'm
Amen.
saying?
Oh my God. This
you
is
remember? You remember
amazing.
after that we just came out the green elephant. You
Right?
know
Yep.
what? You know the green elephant. Me and Chris, they had something up. Me and Chris went in there, turned it out, and I said after I got through Jay, I say, how many of y'all going to church tomorrow? Say, boy, most of them raised their hand, man.
Yeah.
Wow. I love it. I love it, man.
Oh my God.
So
I
I
tell you,
know,
thank you
I know
so much,
you
man.
got to be bold, man, to go up
You do.
and do stuff
J-
like that, man. And I
Jay
commend
Holland,
you
how
for
do people get in touch with you? Like if they want to contact you or
Well, they can call me on my phone, but they have to call after 7. That's when my minutes are free.
okay.
Y'all remember that?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Man, I mean the most what's them prime codes. Well, you got
You got
after
social
7.
media?
Yes. Y'all can reach me on Facebook at J Holland,
Mm.
JayHolland, and then on the Instagram, which is more of the ratchet side, where I promote all the music and stuff. But
Okay.
that's real OG J Holland on that one.
Oh man, this has been an amazing
sure,
interview on
man.
the In the Spirit Hour, and I just want to say thank you so much. I cannot wait for people to just listen to all this greatness in life and your journey. It's been an amazing journey. Thank you.
Already, man. I wanted to say, man, God bless everybody, man. And I said, if you don't know a risen Savior to sit high and look low, man, find your relationship with God. Sometimes it might not be in a church house, but I tell people all the time, a church is just like a gym or a studio. If you don't go there to use it properly, it's not going to serve you no good.
So,
Amen. Amen. And we're gonna go out with thank you, Lord, with Carl Williams. Carl, you have anything else to say to Jay Holland?
man, I just want to say, Jay, man, thank you, man. Thank you, man. You forever my friend, brother, man. My hats off to you, man. And hey, man, I'm trying to follow your footsteps, man. I'm trying to hold on to my longevity in the game for as long as I can, man.
Hey,
So,
man, you still look like a youngster, so you got action, man. You know what I'm saying?
oh man,
You still
oh
got
man,
action. You
thank
ain't
you.
aged a day.
Oh
There we
man,
go.
I'm kicking 58, man. Real talk, man. And
Boy,
I'm like,
you're looking 38, man. You don't look nothing 50 about you, man.
All right,
ooh,
guys.
don't tell me that, man. But thank you though, Jay, man, for real talk, man. I'm gonna make sure this get
Like
everywhere,
Saul. Now I be like
on
Paul. That's
every
why I
social
praise the Lord
media,
and pray
every
for those
site,
that wanna
man.
see me
So
fall.
thank you
I
for
thank you,
coming on
Lord,
to our
forgiveness.
show,
Now
man.
we
We
all
love
can go
you,
to
man.
hell. And
And
in this rap
you
game,
know
Man,
it's much
God show me
respect
that
to
I'm
me,
heavy
bro.
like metal.
man. I love y'all to life, man. Never to
Thank
death.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
All
Already,
right,
y'all.
boy. Yeah, y'all give it up for Jay Holland.
Jay Holland. Thank you. Thank you. What a great interview and heard you. We thank you all for hanging in here
Started
with
off with
us
the bottom,
tonight,
all the way up to the top. Yeah,
this
it's been a journey,
morning,
I promise.
anytime around the
It's been better
world.
without you.
We're listening
Seen a
to
whole lot
Thank
of
You, Lord by
drama. Had
Carl
to face so many
Williams,
trials.
You know
Had
it.
so
Evangelist,
many problems. Got up and
right,
ran me on down.
Evangelist
I know what he
Henderson,
did, and I
and
give him
Corey
praise. I had to repent for my evil ways.
Amos.
My life's much better in Jesus'
Yeah.
name. Deliver for Satan, I see the change. Now I see the difference like night and day. And I thank the
In the
Lord for
spirit
amazing grace.
hour,
I should have been chilling off
baby.
in the grave, but God planned for me to see the day. Lord, I thank you for your mercy. I'ma need a whole lot of grace, even though I'm unworthy. With my heart, I'ma seek your face. Love my soul so dirty. Clean it up in the passion race. Hold the spirit like detergent. Want to do it, he done made a way.
Okay, OG, we got Lala in.
Oh, we
Hold
do.
on. Yep. Hold on.